Vamos a estar reaccionando a diferentes gameplays de lo que es Zelda Hyrule Warriors Age of Calamity, que no he reaccionado a nada de lo nuevo que han tirado, así que vamos a estar viendo un poquito de lo de Tokyo Game Show y un poquito de lo de Nintendo Treehouse. Y además, como ven, yo dije que yo iba a decorar un poquito la escena para el canal. Esto fue lo mejor que pude hacer. En verdad, yo no tengo mucho ojo para decoración. Yo tiré una telaraña ahí y puse un par de luces. Espérate, vamos a ver si puedo. A ver. Así se ve mejor. Así se ve mejor. Así se ve mejor. No sé, ustedes me dirán. Anyway, vamos allá.
I'm playing as Urbosa right now, as you can see, and I'm actually inside the Hyrule town right now. And then it is a Hyrule Warriors game, so you'll be using X and Y button to do weak and strong attack, and then also A. Oh wait, 이거 is coming. Right now, the Hyrule town is under attack by Iga clan. I don't want to talk about why they're here. But the objective is I have to actually defeat all 3 Iga Blade Masters. So to do that, in addition to the usual Hyrule Warriors action, I have to use Rune to counterattack. And I can use, I just use the stasis now, as you can tell. But each character can use all 4 different runes in different occasions.
Se nota que Urbosa va a ser muy entretenida de utilizar. Es que se ve como muy técnica, ¿no? Bastante puesta en tierra, no es como que muy floaty, no es muy rápida como por ejemplo, digamos, Cheek en el otro Hyrule Warriors.
Well, I need to focus on attacking him right now, so I'm gonna let Kay and Kendra talk about what's unique about Urbosa.
Great, thank you so much, Chico. Yeah, Urbosa's gameplay is
Parece que también puedes como que hacer un wall jump, ¿no? Y brincar la pared y atracar desde
really fun and exciting. And as you can see, it's focused on her ability to use an attack with lightning. She has a unique ability to charge up lightning, which is represented by the gauge at the top of the screen. And yep, she's charging it right there. And once it's charged up, she can actually use the lightning in addition to her strong attacks to kind of strengthen those attacks and do some really character specific stuff with it. She also uses lightning in her weak point counters and in her special attacks. And if Chico can get the timing right, after some of these big attacks where there's...
Tengo que decir que estoy muy impresionado con los gráficos de este juego, ¿no? Considerando cuán carente hasta cierto sentido era el original, el Hyrule Warriors original, en comparación con otros juegos de Nintendo. En este he visto que por lo menos se han molestado por poner aunque sea muchos efectos de post-processing, ¿no? Como lo que sería bloom y motion blur y sobre todo focal motion blur cuando el personaje está cerca.
Still some electricity lingering in the air. She can charge up her electricity super quick.
Me parece bien interesante que el personaje de ella, ¿no? Pues tiene lo que sería la electricidad y la puedes ir cargando a medida que vas jugando. Y aparentemente con ella puedes hacer diferentes cosas específicas de Urbosa, ¿no? Como que el ataque sea más fuerte o algunos special attacks como tal.
Which takes a lot of skill and a lot of timing, but it's very satisfying when you can pull it off.
Ella dice que se siente bien.
Okay, so I'm going
to... And I just wanted to add too, aside from the gameplay that you're seeing, well, first of all, oh wait, no,
oh my gosh,
interrupting myself because there's a Korok.
There it is. It's so cute.
So clearly Koroks are in the stages that you can find. But this is the first time that people get to play as Urbosa, which is already super awesome. And this area probably looks pretty familiar to some Breath of the Wild fans.
Yeah.
And it's cool to see these places.
So great.
Pre-Calamity. But what I did want to say is fans can look forward to getting more backstory on these characters as well. You really get a good look at Urbosa's relationship to Zelda, and also more information about Urbosa's relationship to Zelda's late mother. So if you're like me and you love to get to know the characters and get to know them in ways that you didn't get to in Breath of the Wild, this game is your opportunity to do that.
Brutal. Eso es lo que más yo estoy esperando de este juego. Para los que no entendieron más o menos lo que ella dijo, es básicamente que este juego te va a permitir explorar mucho más sobre la historia de estos personajes individualmente, ya sea porque pues a medida que vamos jugando hablan y puedes conocer más sobre su pasado, o porque ya específicamente vamos a ver elementos de historia de cada uno como cutscenes y demás, y creo que es un momento perfecto para poder explorar cada personaje individualmente, ¿no? No solamente los eventos que pasaron antes del cataclismo, sino enriquecer más el lore del mundo, sabiendo más sobre Urbosa y su propósito y su familia, si acaso, o no sé, qué son ellos fuera de este conflicto, es lo que yo me refiero.
That's right. It's really, there's a lot to unpack in here and a lot to see, and it's very thrilling for fans of Breath of the Wild to be able to take a look, a more in-depth look at.
Brutal, eso es como que básicamente el ataque que ella te daba, el espíritu de ella le daba a Link en Breath of the Wild para utilizar, ¿no? Pero aquí como que vas a ver el original, la versión original de ese ataque, ¿no?
At this time in the story.
O de esos ataques, de esas energías.
All right, and now we're taking a look at Zelda's gameplay, which is also a first look, very exciting. As you can see, she uses the runes as her main attacks, in addition to being able to use them just like everyone else. And she can create different combinations of.
Eso es bien interesante. O sea, básicamente todos los ataques de ella son con las runas de las chicas, like, ¿no? De la tableta chica. Entonces, es curioso porque cuando tú eres Link en Breath of the Wild, tú no te imaginas mucho hacerla utilizando las runas de esta manera, ¿no? Tú la ves a ella en los cutscenes usualmente explorando, preguntándose cosas y mirando las tabletas, pero como que es como que todavía es como si todavía estuviese descifrándolas. Pero aquí estamos viendo que ella la está usando, pero de que una cosa bestial.
Runes to take out huge swarms of enemies. Oh my gosh. In a very unique way. It's so cool to see Zelda being able to take.
Pero que es un gameplay interesante porque entonces ya Zelda no vendría siendo un melee character. Ya la veo que... Y esto es como si fuese tipo de magia, ¿no? Ella no está haciendo ataques físicos para nada, ni con su cuerpo, ni con un arma específica que ella cargue, ¿no? Es todo con las chicas. Like,
out these guys.
Activando runas y todo.
Yeah, and for me, anytime Zelda gets to... You get to play as Zelda and
Ahí habían 300 muñecos en pantalla.
annihilate enemies as Zelda, it's pretty much a win for me.
Oh my god.
Because Zelda in a Zelda game.
Yeah. Well, and she's really fun to play as in this one.
Sí, ella se nota que va a ser muy divertida.
Nice work. Nice work.
I'm just gonna go back to Urbosa because she is my favorite.
She's great.
I know Zelda is big, but yeah.
Urbosa
Because I have
also
to
great.
chase
But
after.
Urbosa.
Yes, definitely. I have to chase after the Iga people, so I'm gonna go after that to the location I'm told to go. Looks like there's a lot of people here.
And for people who are new to the Warriors series, as you can see, there are prompts on the screen that help guide you through the process of the gameplay and the action.
Oh my god, 400 KOs de cantazo. Yo sé que esto es un videojuego, pero like, lleven esto a la realidad. Imagínense en un solo soldado que sea capaz de matar a 400 otros soldados con un solo snap of the finger, bro.
But you also can turn those off if you want to.
Pero es que dice 400 KOs. Yo no vi 400 personas en pantalla. No estoy contando, pero yo dudo que habían 400.
So I'm at this location, and it looks like my objective is to defeat the enemies with loud attacks. So I think I need to do... Oh, I can't use right now, but I will wait till my rune fills up first. But
Make some noise,
yeah,
Chico.
so I'm going.
Do
I'll
it.
do that. Hold on. These guys are well.
This guy's really getting in your way.
Oh my god.
So as you can see, when you use the Sheikah runes, there is a little bit of a wait time for it to charge back up before you can use it again, which is very similar to how it worked in Breath of the Wild. Oh man, that was a gorgeous takeout right there. And the reason for using these loud attacks was to call forth a certain familiar monster, and there he is.
Yeah.
Oh man.
You sure it's not a lady though?
I think he's beautiful.
Yeah, he's too scary, and he's coming after me, so I don't think I want to do this. Bye-bye.
No, let's go ahead and
That's it.
let's escape to the main menu while we can.
No. Parece que ellos no
So we're
quieren
gonna go
hablar
back
con él.
to
Parece que no es parte de
the
lo que
world
querían
map
enseñar
and
hoy.
show some of the gameplay between battles. Leveling up characters, strengthening weapons, and unlocking things. There it is. Very familiar map of Hyrule. Chico, do you want to tell us a little bit about this?
Yeah, so if you ever play, like original Hyrule Warriors game, or maybe different Warriors game, you might be familiar with how the menu look like. You will go from chapter 1, 2, 3 type thing. But this one, you actually go through different chapters and locations using the map of Hyrule from the Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild. And when I first saw this, I was literally screaming because it was so gorgeous, and I just loved it.
Yeah,
And because it's a Hyrule Warrior game, when you're playing the stages, you collect a lot of different type of materials. So using those materials, you can unlock different locations on the map, like the stables, other training grounds, and even like different dishes you can cook type thing.
Eso está cool. Eso está súper cool. Eso está increíble. O sea, que no es solamente la historia, chapter 1, chapter 2, sigue chapter 3, sino que durante las batallas puedes coleccionar objetos y materiales que te desbloquean diferentes lugares en el mapa. Y así es como tú vas en el juego. Aparentemente tú eliges como que el área de mapa y a dónde quieres ir. Y no creo que tú lo explores por ahí completamente. Eso es lo que no han dicho. Pero que por lo menos hay otro tipo de gameplay entre medio de las batallas grandes.
So one of the things I want to do
Y los lugares parece que tienen niveles.
show
Oh, no. Ese es el nivel recomendado. Ok.
is actually here.
Hylian Blacksmith Guild. Revitalize your weapon using techniques learned through years of study and practice. Revitaliza tus armas.
Blacksmith. So it is a Hyrule Warriors game, so you will be collecting a lot of different weapons while you are in the stage. Not like Breath of the Wild, you don't. The weapons do not break during the stage, but you can use these weapons you collected to strengthen your primary use weapon.
Ok, lo que en vez de romperse puedes utilizarlas para subir de nivel o mejorar otras armas. O sea que nothing goes to waste.
So, right now I'm using this sword, but there's other different type of weapons I can get and different, way to use it. So I want to use my sledgehammer, iron sledgehammer, and fuse them with all the materials I got so far.
With the level
And I
1
think I
soup
will.
ladle that you will not neglect. Don't you dare.
Okay, sorry.
Okay. Whew. I was worried.
I shouldn't. It's okay. It's okay.
No, use it.
Okay, so
Yes, it's
you
okay.
can use up to 5 different weapons, and you can strengthen. You of course have to use the rupees, so make sure you collect the rupees when you are in the stage 2.
Me gusta
And
ese
now I have
elemento.
my
Me
sledgehammer
encanta
leveled
ese
up to
elemento.
5,
No
so I
recuerdo
can
si el
use that.
original tenía algo así.
How do I find that?
Sé que tenía algo parecido.
Another thing is the materials you collected. You can make the dish. So let's see, this one is ready. So spur fish dish. And you need the materials 5 fish. So I have that trapped. So now I love that dish. So I can earn the recipe for chili fish stew.
Right, and the
Some-
recipes can be used to give your characters a little bit of a buff before you go into battle. And there are a bunch of different types that have different effects, so it's pretty fun to collect them and see what they do. Yep, they
And
also
by
have
defeating the... Oh, go ahead.
yeah, so by defeating monsters and getting those materials, you can also turn them into these other quests, which you can use to unlock bonus combos or extra health or other such things. But the thing I really like about these is that they have little stories that go along with them. Little glimpses into the characters' lives between battles during this war. The one that we just did, for example, is about a young child in Hateno village who wants to build a monster dummy so that they can practice using a two-handed sword. And so Link actually brings the materials to make the dummy, creates this dummy, helps them build it, and then they train together. And that's how Link is able to come up with an extra move for his two-handed sword. And I love it because Link's from Hateno village, so it's very cute glimpse into his life.
Okay.
Yeah, the world building
So-
is really excellent in this game.
Yeah. You just strengthen this 200. I mean, sledgehammer is basically a 200 sword type. So I'm going into the training mission where I can actually use this sledgehammer to showcase how the two-handed sword or two-handed weapon will work in this game. So I changed my weapon, and I guess I can change my tire.
Yeah, you can unlock different pieces of armor as you progress through the game, and you can equip or, I guess, unequip them and dress him up however you want.
You look nice!
Yeah.
What are you talking about?
This is
And also...
training attire.
And we also, this is the chili fish skewer we just got from the recipe location, so I can use that.
Right, and every character will react differently to the dishes that you cook for them. And some characters even have favorite dishes, and they'll say something different when you give them their favorite dish. So it's a lot of fun to try out a bunch of different recipes and see which your characters prefer.
Yeah, and if you watch the TGS...
Así que también quieren que crees como una especie de conexión emocional entre ellos, hasta incluso conociendo cuáles son sus comidas favoritas y esperando una reacción distinta.
No, you know, he
I guess
works
there's
up
less
quite a
fabric to
sweat
get in the
doing
way while
nothing
he's
around.
fighting.
Entonces es como un entrenamiento.
Yeah, so as you can see, this is a training level, so you're fighting against a lot of Hylian soldiers, and using the two-handed sword, which, you know, aesthetically does look a lot like how it was used in Breath of the Wild. In this game, it's slower but more powerful than the one-handed sword. But the fun thing about it is that he can use the unique action to strengthen his strong attacks. In exchange, he takes a little bit of temporary damage,
I love it.
like that. And in order to heal that temporary damage, you can press X to consume a meal in the middle of battle.
Hizo una sopa con ella.
And,
I love the animation of him eating.
Yeah, let's
Yeah,
see
I love
it,
the
Chico.
animation for him eating.
Let's
Yeah,
get near
if
some
she'll do it
enemies.
for us.
Sorry. I was walking
Get near some enemies. Oh, no, not quite. Okay, so, but one of those eating animations is highly aggressive, and if Chico doesn't hear some enemies, then we will see what happens. And hopefully we'll get an opportunity to show you that because I love it.
Nom nom nom.
Yeah! Okay, yeah, there it is.
Yeah.
Okay. Aggressive food eating,
I love it.
shockwave blast, sending the soldiers flying.
Dámelo ya.
I love that they included that in this game as part of the actual fighting style for the two-handed sword. I think it's a great homage to Breath of the Wild and people who played it like I did, which is to say having a stockpile of apples or something in my inventory so I could chow down when I'm being blown back by a strong attack that did lots of damage.
You can aggressively eat your
Yo
apples.
siento que
and
lo malo de estos juegos es que para que este concepto de una sola persona contra un army, un ejército, funcione, cada individuo en el battlefield tiene que ser tan tonto como un guineo, no sé.
and those soldiers
Aggressively
flying.
eat your apples. It's the only way to eat apples in this game.
If you burn,
Alright, how many
apples,
KOs do
you
we
can
have?
actually get grilled apples too.
Oh yeah.
So I have to kill
Alright.
170 more.
Yeah, we're getting there. We're more than halfway.
I'd also like to point out that this
Ese es el gameplay de Hyrule Warriors Age of Calamity. Yo creo que este va a ser el mejor spin-off jamás creado para cualquier saga. Porque no solamente es lo suficientemente diferente como para ser llamado un spin-off, sino que en muchos aspectos cuida grandísimamente y respeta la fuente original, ¿no? Que es lo que está queriendo referenciar, obviamente, Age of Calamity. Ya con lo poco que han enseñado, opino que es al menos como 50 veces mejor que el Hyrule Warriors original. Obviamente yo nada más tengo la versión de Wii U, todavía no he jugado la versión de Switch. Entiendo que no tiene muchas diferencias, unos cuantos personajes extras o algo así. Pero aún así, aquel juego como celebración de Zelda, de la historia de Zelda y spin-off era muy muy bueno. Pero este es otra cosa, ¿no? La dedicación que le han mostrado a este juego y el amor y el cariño, creo que dice mucho. Y obviamente Nintendo no iba a prestarle la saga de Zelda a cualquier pelagato. Se nota que esta gente sabe lo que está haciendo y Nintendo confía en ellos, así que ¿por qué nosotros no? Honestamente, esa es la pregunta que te hago. Estoy bien emocionado con Hyrule Warriors Age of Calamity. Yo quiero saber lo que opinas tú, así que dímelo en los comentarios abajo. También dime qué opinas del Zero. ¿Te gusta, no te gusta? En verdad no es la gran cosa, son lucecitas y ya está. Las lucecitas son cool though. ¿Qué iba a decir? Estoy tratando de diseñar nuevas camisetas, nuevos diseños para t-shirts. ¿Cómo le llaman ustedes? ¿Cómo le llama la gente en Latinoamérica a las camisetas? No sé, porque sé que los que están ahí no son muy bonitos. He sido un poco vago con ellos, pero nada. Voy a hacer nuevos diseños, pronto voy a tenerlos en el canal y espero que algunos de ustedes me apoyen, porque es que cualquiera de esas compras definitivamente ayudaría al canal para traerles mejores cosas, ¿no? Mejor calidad y mejores conceptos en algún momento. Déjame mostrarles algo. Otra cosa es que estamos trabajando con musiquitas. Tenemos un teclado nuevo, tenemos equipo nuevo que quiero en algún momento implementar en el canal. Claro, me va a tomar un tiempo, ¿no? Porque pues, tengo que componer ciertas melodías, y tengo unos cuantos conceptos de video que pues requieren que los trabaje, ¿no? Escribir libretos, hacer el shoot, todo ese tipo de cosas. Y nada, el punto de todo esto es que quiero decirles que voy a traer contenido nuevo al canal en algún momento. Y encima voy a seguir trayendo poco a poco pues lo que he estado haciendo hasta antes. Y obviamente los gameplays van a seguir. Pero nada, estoy muy contento. Tengo mucha ilusión con esto que tengo aquí. Y nada, nos vemos en la próxima. Chao. Dale like al video, suscríbete si no lo has hecho. Y en la descripción hay 1000 maneras en las que puedes apoyar el canal. Ahora sí, nos vemos en la próxima. Chao.